Hello and all, welcome to a Galaxy Man Show interview show. So for my very last interview of this week is this incredible singer and songwriter known by the name of Sara Carbone. So I'm about to add Sara into the live now to have a chat with Sara about her incredible music. So yeah, let's add Sara in and have a chat with Sara. Hey, Sara.
Hey Jacob, how are you?
Yeah, really good, thanks. I just want to say first up, thank you so much, Sara, for taking the time to join my show. It's such a pleasure having you on the show today. To people that don't know who you are, if you can give like a bit of backstory about yourself, and then we'll dive right into the questions.
Yeah, absolutely. Thank you also for having me. I'm stoked to be here.
Very welcome.
Um, yeah, so background about myself. My name is Sara Carbone. I'm 21 years old, and I'm a singer-songwriter from San Diego, California. I'm now based out of Vancouver, British Columbia, but yeah, I write and record and perform like folk music and stuff like that.
Awesome. So we'll dive right into the very first question. So you've created an incredible original song called "Everything Is a Lie." What was it like creating this original song, and what's like the meaning behind this song?
Yeah, so Everything is a Lie. That's a real old song. I wrote it when I was, I think, 12 years old. It was almost 10 years ago. Um, and yeah, it was pretty funny. That was like one of the first times that I wrote a song about something I was actually experiencing in my life. And yeah, I was like a preteen back then, and I basically had this like boyfriend when I was in like seventh grade. And then we dated for like 3 weeks and then we broke up and I was like so mad about it. So I wrote this like hate song about him basically called Everything is a Lie because I was like, you lied to me so many times. And I was bitter about it. So then I wrote that song and then my friends and I made a silly music video about it. So
Awesome. So let's go to your next question. So you've also performed incredible covers too. What
thank
has
you.
been your like most favorite covers to perform and why?
Yeah, I love doing covers. Like when I'm sitting in my room and just kind of relaxing, like that's what I like to do with my free time is just like learn cover songs and play them over and over. I think the ones that I really enjoy playing the most are probably songs by Phoebe Bridgers. She's a big inspiration of mine. She has this one song called Funeral, and it took me a long time to learn like the guitar part for it because it's like a little bit complicated, but I practiced it so much, and then when I finally got it, I was like very proud of myself. So I play that one a lot, and it's just fun to sing as well. So that's got to be one of my favorites.
So let's go to your next question. So you've also, as I mentioned, covers. You've actually performed a cover of "Bloom" by Paper Kites. What was it like getting to perform this cover, and what's this song mean to you?
Yeah, that's a great song. That's yeah, one of my favorite songs of all time. It's just so beautiful. That was another song where learning the guitar part was like, it was a challenge that I set out for myself. I was like, I'm going to learn this. I'm going to get it down. I practiced it like 100 times a day for like a week straight, and then I finally got it. Um, and that was very satisfying. And the song, I guess what it means to me is it's just like a lovely romantic love song. And singing it kind of just it reminds me of like being in nature and like I nature's cool. I'm a fan of nature, so yeah, it's just like a nice song to me. And yeah, I recorded a cover of it and it's on my YouTube. And I also when I play like live shows, I like to play that song a lot. Because also a lot of people know the song and then they can kind of be like, oh, I know this one, and then they can sing along, and that's always nice.
Awesome. So let's go to your next question. So you've also performed a cover of "Save Mistakes." What was it like, doing this cover, and what does this song mean to you?
Yeah, same mistake. So that's a One Direction song. When I was a kid, I had this like really intense phase of being super into One Direction. Um, and I don't know, I guess I really liked that one because it's just like emotional. And I feel like I always connect the most with like very emotionally honest music. Um, and then, yeah, I was just like, I want to cover a One Direction song because I really like their music. And then I just chose that one.
So let's go to your next question. So you've also performed an incredible Adele song called "Set Fire to the Rain."
Mm.
What was it like performing this one, and what does this song mean to you?
Yeah, yeah, I remember recording that one. That was when I was quite young and my voice hadn't really like developed into I guess what it is now. Hello?
You're back.
Hi, sorry about that. Yeah, that was my
No,
bad.
you're all
My
good.
my phone like timed out for the Instagram thing.
You're
Um,
fine.
okay. Anyway, what I was saying is yeah, so the Adele song, I was like, my voice was very young sounding. I remember feeling a little bit nervous. I was like, well, I sound nothing like Adele, so maybe I shouldn't do this one, but I really like that album. I think that's from her album 21 because the way she sings is so powerful. Like it always has so much emotion behind it, and that's like what I aspire to when I sing. I just want to express my emotions as truthfully as possible. Um, so yeah, I felt connected to that song for that reason. It was just like this is a song where I can just like really emote into it.
So on to our very next question. So you've also performed a cover of "Safe and Sound." What was it like performing this cover, and what does "Safe and Sound" mean to you?
Yeah, so Safe and Sound, so Taylor Swift is one of my favorite musicians of all time. And I remember when Safe and Sound came out, I was absolutely obsessed with it. I listened to it like a million times a day. Um, and back when I recorded that cover, it was when I was first learning guitar. So just making the guitar sound the way that I wanted was pretty challenging for me. But I feel like it came out all right considering I was young at the time. But yeah, Safe and Sound is a gorgeous song, and I like that it's from the Hunger Games soundtrack because, like, you know, those are books and movies that think are really good. And I like the song because I feel like it really illustrates like some of the themes from the Hunger Games story. And yeah, I just thought it was really beautiful.
Awesome. Well, to people that haven't heard of Sarah's songs, uh, you're a powerhouse. Have to say that first. I have to say that.
Thank
Yeah,
you.
like you are. Like your voice is truly sensational, and I highly recommend people go check out Sarah perform. Her, as I said, you've got so much talent,
Thank
and
you. That's
I
very
can just
nice.
say that on the show. So yeah, you really do, and yeah, you have such a bright future. So yeah, I just wanted to say that first up.
Thank you. I appreciate that a lot.
So on to our very next question. So with performing, how did you get into singing in the first place? Like, what made you want to decide, hey, I want to start singing?
Yeah, honestly, it wasn't really a decision. Like, I've been singing since I came out of the womb, to be honest. Like, yeah, I honestly like, yeah, singing has always been like the number one thing that I enjoy doing with my free time. Um, when I was a kid, I would always like make up like little songs, like little jingles about anything. And I was always just like trying to sing everything. Um, I always, I really liked the movie The Little Mermaid when I was a kid because she's a singer, and that was like, I don't know, I just thought she had the most beautiful voice, and so I always like tried to sing the songs from that movie, and that was like, I don't know, I was like 4 years old, so yeah, it's always just been something that I really enjoy doing because it gives me like an outlet for expressing myself.
So on to our very next question. So who would be your like all-time inspirational person or music artist that you look up to, and why?
Definitely Taylor Swift, like hands down, there's no doubt. I've been quite a big fan of Taylor Swift for like probably like 10 years now. And I just really admire her songwriting, um, the way that she can like take abstract things and put them into words. And I feel like her lyrics are always so like emotionally transparent, and that's really what I aspire to do as well. Um, so yeah, definitely Taylor Swift. And there are other artists that I'm like a big fan of as well. I mentioned Phoebe Bridgers. I like her songwriting style too. It's quite different from Taylor Swift's, but I don't know, I feel like I try to like take take inspiration from both of them and then also other artists and then kind of synthesize it into making my own music.
So, very next question. So, what does performing music mean to you, like, especially as an artist?
Yeah, I love performing. Um, Honestly, anytime I am given an opportunity to perform, I will like do everything I can to make sure that it happens. It definitely makes me nervous still, and like I don't know if that'll ever go away. I guess everyone probably gets a little nervous before performing, even like the pros and stuff. But yeah, I don't know. I guess like I really enjoy it because it sort of gives you a chance to like one like express like, oh, this is the music I've created, like I want to show it to you guys, but also like find people who connect with it, especially when I'm playing like the music that I've written. If I find someone in the audience who like they feel what I'm saying, like that's my ultimate goal. I want to like build connections with other people through the art that I'm creating. um, and then also just like community building, I guess. Like there was this, I did this performance over the summer. It was like at an open mic, um, and I sang a cover song. It was Tennessee Whiskey by Chris Stapleton. And halfway through the song, a bunch of people started like slow dancing with each other, like in the audience. And like I got so emotional by that because I was like, you guys are like you're connecting to like what I'm playing right now, and you're turning it into your own form of art at the same time. And that was just like the most beautiful thing to me. So yeah, I just honestly like live music, whether I'm the one playing or if I'm just watching it, like it's very moving to me.
Awesome. Well, I have to ask, by the way, if you could go anywhere on tour, like any country in the world, where would you want to go to and why?
Ooh, that's a good question. Um, I would say it'd be really interesting to perform somewhere like in Asia, and I feel like the reason I say that is because I mean I do think most countries in the world people speak English, but like going somewhere where that's not the first language and seeing how people still like if they still connect to like the words that I'm saying and like the music, regardless of if it's like this is my first language and like I know like the meaning of all the things that you're saying. I think that would be really interesting. And also like I'm half Chinese. I think it'd be really cool to go and like perform in a place that I'm like culturally connected to.
So, on to our very next question. So, if you could work with any top three music artists in the music industry, who would they be and why?
Did you say if you could collab? Is that what you said?
Yeah, if you could
Oh,
collab
okay.
like with three artists, yeah.
Oh man. Okay. Let's see. I would say at this point in where my music is, I would say Phoebe Bridgers is my number one, just because I feel like a lot of what I've been creating recently like emulates her music style. And so I feel like if we like got in a room together and we were like gonna write something, it would come out really well because it would like I don't know, capitalize on both of our strengths. Um, and I just admire her songwriting so much. Like I don't know, to be able to like work on something with her, that'd be really cool. Um, Another one, I feel like the artist Lorde, I really look up to her too. Yeah, honestly, not so much the most recent album she put out, but her album Melodrama is like one of my favorite albums of all time. Um, and again, it's about like the lyric writing in that album. A lot of it I just find so deeply relatable. So I feel like if we were able to write something together, like we could talk about like shared experiences and then create something really really beautiful out of that. I think that'd be really cool. Um, and then yeah, for the last one, I guess probably Taylor Swift, just because of kind of the reasons I said before. Like I really create so much music. Oh, hello. Oh,
You're back.
okay, cool, cool. She creates so much music, like recently in the past 2 years, she's been putting out album after album, and like to me, that's very impressive because the way that I write music is like it'll take me a couple of weeks focusing on one song and like writing it and then rewriting it and then rewriting it again before it gets to a place where I'm like, I'm done with this and I can move on to the next one. And I feel like I mean, I don't know Taylor Swift, obviously, but the way that I feel like she works is she just creates songs like that, like all the time, and there's so many of them coming out of her. I think it'd be really interesting and a good learning opportunity if I were able to get in a room with her and like take those two approaches that we have that are different and like try to make something together.
So on to our next question. So what are like the positives and negatives into creating your own music? And how do you get through those like negative moments as an artist?
Yeah. Well, I mean, there are many positives, I would say. I feel like writing music is super therapeutic. Like if there's ever something that I'm going through, like being able to put it into a song and then have that song, and like anytime I'm sad about that thing, I can just play the song again and then sort of like experience it again, but in a not in like a not in like a painful way, but in a way of like this is the beautiful thing that I made out of my not so beautiful experience. Um, so that's definitely a positive. But then on the other side of that, I guess, is the negative that like when I am writing these songs, they're very honest and like it's usually about stuff that I am experiencing. And so it can feel really vulnerable if I'm like performing those things in front of other people and I'm like, oh, now they know all of my deep, dark secrets and stuff like that. But I get through that because I think that people appreciate like honesty from a musician or just any performer. Like if they can look at someone and say like, oh, she's being genuine right now, like she feels the things that she is singing about. I think people like connect with that, and that's what makes it easy to get through.
So that onto my very last question. So what's like next for you, like goal wise, like music, any like projects coming out for like music wise that you like to announce?
Yeah, actually, I have a lot of things that are like in the works right now. Nothing that has like a set release date or anything like that. But there are a couple of collaborative projects that I'm working on. Um, I'm excited for them. One of them, it's like a pop song that I'm working on with a friend of mine. So it's quite different from like the music that I do on my own. That'll be really exciting. There's another one that's kind of with a different friend of mine, and it's kind of a hip hop song. Again, super different from like my usual style, but I think it's coming out really well, so I'm excited to see where it goes. And then beyond that, I've been writing a lot on my own time, and I'm going to be recording things soon. Um, and yeah, working on that. I'm hoping to take my music, like my solo music, in more of a rock, folk rock kind of direction. I feel like right now it's very like acoustic and I like that, but I want to like explore more rock style stuff as well. So yeah, a lot of things that are coming, but just nothing with like I can't give you like a date of any release, but
That's
lots of
fine.
good things happening. I'm working on it.
Awesome. Well, I just want to say thank you so much, Sarah, for making an appearance on my show. It's been such a pleasure having you on the show today. Do you have like any last final thoughts that you'd like to give to people on the show?
Oh, I guess let me think. Well, first of all, I want to say thank you for having me. It's been a pleasure. I always love talking about music. It's always a good time. And yeah, I guess for anybody who's watching who hasn't heard my music before, you can find it on Spotify. If you go to my Instagram page, like you'll see my name is listed for all the accounts and everything like that if you want to check any of it out. And I would appreciate that a lot.
Awesome. Well, thank you so much again, Sarah. It's been such a pleasure. Stay safe and all the best for your amazing music career because everyone definitely go give Sarah the amazing support she needs. She's, as I said, so much talent. And yeah, I just want to say that to end this off. So thank you so much again, Sarah.
Awesome. Thank you
Yeah.
so much, Jacob.